Good morning. If you're just waking up and joining us, thank you so much. It is the morning rush right here on Z10 Prime now, because it's a Friday and it's August, and I do know in some parts of the world they are celebrating Women's Month, to be specific South Africa, but also we carry on with that spirit, and we will be talking about women in leadership this morning so that we carry that spirit straight until Monday. And to do that, we're going to be speaking to Tendai Sithole. She is the CEO of Prevail Group. Good morning.
Hello, Erica. Good morning.
Thank you for joining us on a Friday morning. I don't know how up to it I would be to wake up on a Friday morning at 7 o'clock to speak leadership and to just share stories. And we're more than grateful for you coming through to do that with us this morning. I'll just start off, Tendai, by talking about leadership as a whole, right? And we must talk about maybe 14-year-old you. Did you see yourself becoming a CEO? And if yes, how did you work towards that?
Thank you so much, Erica. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm excited to be here. I know it's early morning, but it comes with the title as well. Yes, I mean, talking about 14-year-old Tendai, I always knew I wanted to be a leader. I always knew I wanted to be sitting somewhere in the top of any organization. It's something I had within me. However, growing up and going through college, going through life, sometimes that dream is taken away, and you start to center yourself in a different space. I think I've worked in so many different industries. I was in ICT at some point, business development for ICT. And to answer you, maybe the younger me knew that I would want to be a CEO, but as I grew up, probably some way, started doubting myself. But I'm happy to have made it. I'm happy to have actually achieved the 14-year-old dream that I had when I was younger.
I mean, it goes without saying that when you are aiming for the pinnacles that you plan to reach, becoming CEO, the next question really is about impact. So we ask then, what are you making sure that you follow through with the vision of Prevail as a group? And for yourself, how are you impacting the women who are coming after you, making sure that you leave the footprints that we speak about years to come?
You know, the one thing is your work. Your work will always speak for you. It could take years, it could take months, and sometimes feel unnoticed. Sometimes you feel that I've been putting in a lot, I don't feel recognized, but it is noticed. And that consistency in showing up, the consistency in excellence, consistency in what you stand for. If you make sure you stand for excellence and you've got your standards that you do not compromise on, you're setting yourself up for greatness, because that is what you're known for. So in terms of women, I believe that as leaders, you can only bring up other leaders. Leaders don't really breed followers. You want people that will grow with you, people that you can look back to and be proud of. So yes, at Prevail, I will say that I was very fortunate because our chairman, Dr. Tungwarara, is my mentor. And as I joined Prevail Group as a general manager, I've had a chance and opportunity to learn a lot from him, in terms of he raises the bar high. So I've had a chance and an opportunity to learn a lot from him and to get a correct mindset when it comes to the leadership, what it takes to be a leader. So it's also coming down at Prevail to, I'm happy to mention that most of our department heads are women, women that have grown through the ranks. I think our head of projects is a young lady who joined us as a QS attaché, and she's grown so much. She's doing really well. And so that leadership, it's when you are a real leader, coming all the way down from our chairman to myself to even those below me, you only do breed leadership. You bring up leaders instead of followers all the time.
I like that. I like the difference between bringing up leaders instead of followers, like you put it right there. Now, let's talk about you, as you mentioned that at Prevail, you know, you are looking at having a lot of women head departments. I'd like to believe that the series that we were experiencing years back has died down of putting women down, of putting women in certain groups and having them do certain things only. How are you making sure that women don't get fought on their way up? If at all you experienced that, we'd also love for you to share that and how you overcame that, because I'm sure there's someone who's also watching and thinking, how do I overcome a situation where I feel like I'm being put down because I'm a woman? Then what are you doing to make sure that's not happening?
So yes, I mean, you would find situations where you feel this is happening to me because I'm a woman. But I will applaud the policies that have been put in place world over, including our own government, to make sure women are included, women are given a chance at the meaningful roles, women are given a chance at the discussion tables. In terms of how to get past it, Erica, I would say, if you are focused, all that becomes noise. It becomes noise. So because your focus is what drives your passion. You're passionate about what you want to achieve, and you know how you want to achieve it. So as much as you can meet those hurdles here and there, they will come. It's your passion outpowers or overpowers all of that negativity, and you're able to still soar through it, through all the negativity or trying to bring you down because you're a woman, because you don't see yourself based on a gender. You don't see achievements. If you learn not to see achievements based on gender, achievements are based on your excellence. They're based on your hard work, your input, your attention to detail. So that's what will always stand out, whether you're a woman or you're not. So it's also easy to sort of ignore that noise and focus on your achievements, what it is you want to target.
Just in case you're waking up and joining us, welcome to Morning Rush. Speaking here to Tendai Sithole, and she is the CEO of Prevail Group of Companies. Now, I must ask that as a woman, I hope that you'll be taking some edifying nuggets from this particular part. As a woman, you are CEO at Prevail, but surely at home, you've got to take on other responsibilities. I would like to imagine you're a sister and. Talk to us about putting all of that in a space of 20 hours. Never mind the other 4, you got to sleep. So in the space of 20 hours, how are you handling all of that?
Well, it's amazing. I would want to say the way the Lord created us as women. It's amazing how we're able to multitask. It's amazing how we're able to sort of embrace this role, the motherly aspect in you as a woman, be it CEO, be it engineer, still comes out when you get to a space where you're needed as a sister. Remember, in these roles, we're also meeting our sisters. We're meeting our sisters in terms of other companies, other industry verticals. We're also meeting our children, those that are coming through from universities. So you still do get a chance to still bring out the mother in you, because you do still meet your little children out there in the industry. And it comes together quite well when you embrace the role and carry on forging. You are an example to those around you. You are an example to your sister. You're an example to your children and to the family, to all these other different roles. So I feel that it's how God made us. And I'll give it all back to the Lord to say He's the one that makes us able to do all these different things, to wear different hats where it's suitable.
I'm going to pick up from what you just said, speaking on the Lord. I feel like knowing God comes with a lot of principles that you can and should apply in business. What do you say about that, and how do you apply your cultural or Christian values and principles toward business?
You know, Erica, it's like what I said earlier on, especially as a woman, you need to stand on what you believe. You need to stand on who you are as a person. Now, if you stand for what is right and are not willing to compromise, you find that those people that expect you to compromise don't come to you for those compromises. So I really believe that being strong in who you are is what will help you to go through things like that.
Tonight, maybe let me pick your brain whilst you're here, because we have you here.
Okay.
Women to women. We've seen a lot of those fights, I think, in most industries. What do you say about that? especially not condoning the behavior where the other woman wants to take down the other woman, quote unquote. It's no longer a space where we have men, not wanting women in the spaces. It's now women not wanting another woman to succeed, from what I've witnessed. What would you say to condemn that?
I really believe in sisterhood. It's something that had been there in the past, but with this new age of CEOs, the new age of leadership, women in leadership, I'm experiencing more of a supportive role from others in my other peers, other people, other women in roles such as mine. We've begun to start supporting each other, to start standing with each other, helping each other with advice on how to go about certain things. So definitely, it's the moment we start, if I take the initiative upon myself to say, I'm not going to bring my sister down, I'm going to come in and check on her, I'm going to come in and help where I feel that she needs it. That's where it starts, and it will definitely breed and grow. And that's what I've basically been seeing around in my circle. It's more of sisterhood, more of supporting each other and providing the needed help where necessary. Yeah.
I've got to ask next, Tendai, surely by the virtue of you being human, you've got the days where you can barely look into the mirror and comb your hair and have the motivation to say the good mornings as a boss. What do you say to yourself on those days to prep yourself before you come through to the rest of the group to speak or maybe to lead?
Yes, you're very right, Erica. Not every day is rosy, not every day is beautiful. Some days are hard. And some days you don't want to wake up. Some days they're difficult. But the truth is, any movement is worth it. What we want to, what I would say people should avoid is staying in the same place. Any movement is worth it. I'll take, for example, on a day where I feel, oh no, I'm not up to the office today, I would probably go and visit one of our projects. And that's movement. That's something, even in that capacity. And so what I would say is any form of movement does actually contribute to overall success.
Tell me something, as a boss, your empathy levels when it comes to those that work under your leadership, coming to you and saying, boss, today is not the day. How do you apply yourself? Because there's a mix of Tendai who's really just understanding that, a bad day in the month, and then you've got to be a boss, work's got to get done. How do you place yourself there?
Yeah, there's the definite need for that balance, because we need to achieve, we need to get things done and work together. But at the end of the day, acknowledging that the team around you they are human, they have feelings. They do go through things. If I can go through something and feel a little bit under the weather, if it's expected of me as a leader to open up, to have an open door for someone to be able to even tell me to say, I'm not really feeling it today. And it opens up an opportunity for a relationship outside of the work relationship. You should have that understanding to say, you're human, you're allowed. What is it that you're going through? Can we talk about it? Are you willing? And you find that having that type of attitude and character or leadership style brings more commitment, because if a person feels valued and cared for, they will bring better results.
Yes,
so it's definitely needed for you to have a balance. And when you feel that someone is slacking, or you feel that, there are times when I feel that, no, I feel you can be stronger about what you're going through. It's good to also let them know that, you know what, I think I've watched how you work, and I feel that you can be stronger, you can push, even though you're going through this. This is the character that I see in you. It also stems that belief. You believe in your team. You believe that they're strong individuals, they're able to go through things, and we still achieve.
In case you're just joining us, good morning and welcome to Morning Rush. Speaking here, everything women in leadership, and talking to Tendai Sithole, CEO of Prevail Group of Companies. Now, as we touch on that, you've got to have your touch on the ground, as I'm sure as a group, as part of the vision for the company. You go into communities, aiding and making sure the youth leave drugs, the youth find employment, edifying the communities. Now maybe if you could just touch on you as a CEO and as Tendai, as you're trying to move with the company's vision, and also just touching on society. How important is that to you? Of course, it's important to the company, but that vision that you follow through, how important is that to you?
That's very important to us as a group, and to myself as well. I'll come back again to our group chairman. One thing that I learned quickly while working with him is he likes to impact the communities. So whatever it is we do, we need to bring sustainability and impact communities in a way that continues. So you find this is in our culture now. When we look at opportunities that are around us, it has to give back. It has to make sense for the next couple of years. It has to improve someone's livelihood. We are big on training. We like to actually bring in individuals from whatever space we're working in, to train them, to give them that, even if it's 2 days of training in a particular area, whether it's plumbing, whether it's brickwork, whether it is, we feel that it actually has done something to that individual and will impact them. We can also carry on with someone that we've trained, we've taken from scratch and started to train and carry on with them on our own projects. And so even if they do go back to their community, they're at a better stage than they were before working with Prevail Group. So sustainability is a big thing for us as a group.
I think as a nation, what we are trying to aim for is sustainability and development, and making sure that is being worked toward. Now, we'll also tap into your mindset here and ask, how do you think us as individuals and the government principles in companies such as yours can come together and make sure that as a nation we are working toward the greater good in all aspects of life?
It starts with solving problems. I think if our main agenda is to solve a problem before making money, is how we can get to doing this. We need to identify areas that ourselves, our own people can take up and become part of solving a problem and become part of implementing solutions that are sustainable, more for the impact of the nation before we consider the monetary side of things. So I really believe that you have more of an impact in your leadership, in your business structure, if you start to work towards solving a problem for a greater good. And that way you continue. I've seen that with initiatives that solve problems, that are designed to bring solutions, they can grow. Now, initiatives that are designed to just for profit are very difficult to scale. So with those problem-solving initiatives, you're able to scale it and carry on growing and carry on expanding and growing into the next thing. And I believe that if we all adopt that type of mindset to say, where am I going to plug in to solve a particular problem? There's something that's happening in a particular community, and how do I plug in to solve that problem is the first step for businesses to even contribute towards bettering the nation.
I love that. Tendai, once again, thank you so much for coming through your
Thank you,
Morning Rush. But
Erica.
before we let you go, I always believe that people think in pictures, and wherever you go, you must take yourself so that people, those who are looking for you, can find you, right? So before we let you go, just maybe one statement that you would love us to remember you by, or that you live by, that you would like us to carry on from speaking to you today.
Okay, thank you so much, Erica. It's been such a pleasure being here. From me as Tendai, I really believe in hard work. I believe in hard work. I believe in excellence. I like to be remembered. But in all of that, let's still remain human. Let's still remain with the love for what we do, the love for each other, the love for our economy, our nation, and our environment. So that's what it is from me.
It's very wholesome. Was speaking here to Tendai Sithole, and she is the CEO at Prevail Group of Companies. And what we're really doing this morning is taking in some edifying nuggets from women in leadership.